Who's your favorite player to play against? Probably Zane overall. Just because of the way I work, no one that I beat a bunch is going to be my favorite person to play against. And most people I do just beat badly, like, over and over again. And I just don't enjoy that anymore. There was a time where I did, but at this point, like, when I play Melee, I just want to, like, get better. And I don't want to just, like, drag on someone for, like, hours and hours on end. At some point it was, but not anymore. Favorite matchup? Depends more on the... Honestly, once you get to a certain level, it depends way more on the player than it does the matchup. Something Billy needs to do is... keep in mind his tech chasing distances. He'll go for tech chase no matter what, and sometimes you're just too far away. It's not worth the risk. Good slide off. Keep in mind the distances, Billy. A lot of the things I'm choosing are because of the distances you're trying to fight from. You're too far away to get those tech chases consistently. Is there any top player that you dislike playing against? Not really. They're all fun in their own way. Melee doesn't need the gods. That storyline is overhyped. Melee does not need the gods. People love this game regardless. You'll find new gods. New gods will rise up to play new dominant people, and you'll watch them instead. That's just how it's gonna be. Become a god then. Got a lot of work to do, brother. Oh, I like that stuff. I like the running crouch up. That was a good bait. Yeah, got him. People will come back, I swear. I think it'll come back at some point. It'll just don't expect like fucking god level results off the bat. That's the only thing I caution with him is when he does come back to towards, you can't expect god level performance off the bat. Yeah, he's gonna have to work his way back into shape. I miss Amsa. Amsa's tragic. That sucks that he just got absolutely boned. He can't play at all. Especially because he works with Nintendo, so we literally can't use like Slippy at all on stream. If we never into a major game. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but I also don't think it's the likeliest outcome. Is it possible? Yeah, but I don't think it's super likely. I think he'll at least give it a shot. Even if he doesn't feel he's that complete form, I think he'll at least try it at some point. If for nothing else than just for show, or for his up goal one day. Maybe as we get, I'll maybe have to go over stuff. We'll see. I want to play him at some point. I want to like gauge where he's at, because I think I can also like help him like clean some stuff up in his gameplay. I'm sure I can. Not that he like actually needs a bunch of people, but I think I could. Because I actually think his biggest issues are going to be spacies and how much faster the game is now than when he left. I'm like positive that that's going to be the biggest like hole in his gameplay. Is the speed and the difficulty with which people punish, especially in the fast faller dittos. So hopefully I get a chance to play him at some point. Dude, I have some clean lunch right now. You know what I like about my break? I'm using different options than I was before I left, and that's kind of the point of my break. I want to come back and have different options that I think are better, keep what I thought was good, and take new stuff. How long should the break be to refresh your mind? Depends on the person. That I can't answer for anyone but you. That no one can answer for you but yourself. The thing is, when you're like at least for me, when I'm on a break, I'm still doing like some melee stuff. I'm still playing sometimes like unranked stuff just to keep my hands sharp. Still doing some tech skill practice. So if I do that, I did that jump here, I should just waveline back to create the roll in then. It looks like he reacted to the jump to roll in. So, obviously, you know, I like to, if anyone says, like, I'm bad, I just want to, like, correct things. Like, you're obviously not bad, so stop saying sorry, bad. But, two, I know this sounds weird, and it's gonna sound, like, counterintuitive. I'm a sweaty motherfucker today. I forgot Vivan still said to me. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but sometimes you play RPS too much too standardly. Like...
I need to play the RPS less like an RPS and sometimes just...
Sometimes you have to, so you play RPS as a theoretical thing, and sometimes you need to recognize that, like, no, I'm not playing against a theoretical person, I'm playing against a person.
Yeah, I'm playing against a human being that will pick one option more often than the other.
And sometimes, and so there are two things. One, recognize that, and two, sometimes recognize when it's not an RPS situation. So the first one, it's like a best example I can give. I would cover up, and then you're like, oh, he covered up. I'm gonna go down, and I read that literally like 13 times in a row.
Yeah.
And the recover. That's why I grabbed ledge almost every time, and then every time like last dog, you just bet it all on ledge. So it's like that's like RPS, but you're playing against a theory and not against me. You're not playing as if we've already played 20 games. You're playing against as if you have this idea in your head, and that's it. Do you get what I mean by that?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Okay, and that applies to neutral. And the other thing is, so I know you had this problem with neutral, but now you might have it in punish game too. Especially in tech chasing, recognize when you're too far away to get a punish.
Yeah.
There are so many times where you tech and you would be standing like a character length away from me, and I tech back, and you would try to get it, but you can't get it from that distance. Like, you just can't. It's not reactable. And then you get spot dodge shine. And so recognizing when you're in a position to follow up as opposed to when you just have to like kind of back off and play the game after play after the mix up.
Like play the situation.
Yeah, play the mix up. Don't. It's not a guaranteed. So both those things, I would just try really hard to like think about more when you play. Those are like the two most obvious things that you could just change like now. Because you're not bad. You're not bad. It's very clear you're not bad. Your punish game's not bad. Your text is not bad. Your neutral's not bad. I'm literally just outplayering you because you have some habits. Like, it's literally just habits that I'm reading over and over again, and that's just easily fixable. Not easily, but, like, you can fix them. You can look at analysis.
Like, if I recognize the issue, it's easier to fix than, like, coming up with the solution on my own or whatever, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, it's just those few things, and it's, like, not gigantic it's not things that are going to be, like, oh my god, I have to reinvent, like, my playstyle. It's like, no, you just have to think about your option selection a little bit better and pay closer attention to, like, how far away you are and when you can actually follow up on something. If you do those two things, you go from losing, like, 99% of the games to like actually taking like a handful probably.
Yeah.
Just from those two things, you probably make like gigantic strides.
Yeah.
And I know the Ditto you said is like your weakest matchup, so that's gonna be like really good for you.
I agree. The Ditto's just Fox is just good.
Fox is good. Fox is hard to play against. When you don't have a sword, Fox is hard.
Yeah.
When you don't have a sword, Fox even with a sword, Fox is hard. But especially if you don't have a sword.
The sword is the one thing that makes it.